here tonight on Iowa Public Television's Sci-Fi Friday Night. I'm Mike Frisbie. Now, you can learn more about our programming at www.sffn.com. That's the website maintained and managed by T.R. Samus. And to help build our own website, take the survey that you'll find at www.iptv.org. But now, the greatest infomaniac of them all, that peripatetic potentate of planetary permutations, the man with the plan and the eyes on the sky, the Stargazer. Yes, yes, it's New Jack City.
Confused about the cosmos? Can't tell a planet from a star? Then give us just 5 minutes and we'll show you what they are. Jack Horkheimer, Stargazer, director of the Miami Space Transit Planetarium, tells you all about the night sky and the biggest show of all, the universe. And now this week's episode.
A super close-up look at Mars, which is still at its brightest since 1990. Greetings, greetings, fellow stargazers, and yes, indeed, the planet Mars is still at its closest and brightest since 1990. And you should take a look at it in the next 2 weeks before it starts rapidly dimming. To find it, simply go outside any clear night, and from sunset to 10 p.m., you'll see it shining in the southeast, a bright orangish pumpkin color. Between 10 and 2, it will be very high up in the south, and from 2 until sunrise, it will slowly descend toward the southwest. Now, if you know any person or astronomy club with a telescope, this is the time to look at Mars. However, if you don't, then you can travel in imagination to Mars through the incredible close-up photographs taken by robot spacecraft. Let me show you. Okay, as we come closer to Mars, some prominent features immediately stand out. The first of which looks like a giant gash, which we call the Valley of Mariner, but which in reality is a Grand Canyon as long as the United States is wide. Wow. Now, my favorite features, however, are 3 bumps lined up in a row up and to the left of the Valley of Mariner, and a greater bump up and to their left. In reality, the 3 bumps in a row are 3 humongous volcanoes, named Arsia Mons, Pavonis Mons, and Ascraeus Mons. Personally, however, I call them the 3 sisters, because they're so neatly spaced in a row, like the 3 stars in Orion's belt. See what I mean? But even more humongous is the bump to their upper left, Olympus Mons, the Mount Olympus of Mars, which I personally call Big Brother. And it is a big brother to the 3 sisters because it is so huge that if we could plunk it down on top of the U.S., it would cover 3/4 of the states of Oregon and Washington combined. Although the 3 sisters are no slouches either when it comes to covering U.S. territory. Now, Olympus Mons is the volcano champion of all the planets, for its base is almost 400 miles wide, and its 50-mile-high peak is over twice as high as any 747's fly. Its 50-mile-wide crater is so huge that we could fit the cities of New York, Washington, and Philadelphia inside it. Talk about urban sprawl. At any rate, even though a small telescope won't show you Olympus Mons, the Big Brother, and the 3 sisters, and the Valley of Mariner, nevertheless, as you gaze up at Mars over the next couple of weeks, you can see all these wonderful features in your mind's eye. And at the same time, remind yourself that less than 30 years ago, we didn't even know that Mariner Valley, Olympus Mons, and the 3 sisters even existed. Indeed, keep in mind as you gaze at Mars that what you are seeing is exactly what our ancestors have seen for thousands of years whenever Mars comes close to Earth and shines a bright orange beacon, as it is doing right now. But also see in your mind the reality of Mars as we now know it, which is truly wonderful if you just use your imagination as you keep looking up. Be the first in your galaxy to own it. The brand new Stargazer home video, Make the Stars Your Own. Only $19.95 plus postage and handling.
Stargazer is brought to you in part by Odyssey, Adventures in Science, the premier science magazine for young adventurers. Adventure now at www.odyssey-mag.com.
So, now that we've interrupted the 7th season of Red Dwarf to show you the new 8th season in its entirety, we return to the 7th for Beyond a Joke. By now, the Dwarf runs a full 52 episodes, and hopefully before too long, we'll be able to run the whole thing consecutively, or perhaps simultaneously. This thing only makes what little sense it seems to make if you know what's going on earlier, I think. Anyway, here it is, Red Dwarf.
Funding for this program was provided by Friends of Iowa Public Television. 80,000 members supporting quality public television programming.